Well, it's day two at the Republic of Ireland training camp ahead of the Euro 2016 qualifiers against Gibraltar on Saturday and Germany next Tuesday. The talk about Roy Keane that dominated yesterday has moved on a bit. There was a sense yesterday that players being asked about whether Roy Keane's book was a distraction was becoming a distraction in itself. So thankfully things have moved on slightly on that front. On the Keane book, it seems to me like Keane is coming across like a bit of a sitcom character. He reminds me a bit of Basil Fawlty or Reggie Perrin or somebody like that. Maybe Larry David even in Curb Your Enthusiasm, wandering through life, raging at ridiculous situations. Should make for a good read. Anyway, the squad were training today. It rained torrentially throughout the training session. Martin O'Neill briefed the media afterwards, and as I said, things have moved on from talking about Keane. People are trying to get a sense of what team he's going to play on Saturday, and to say he's giving nothing away is an understatement.
Martin, Robbie Keane has an excellent goal scoring record. He's probably looking to extend it. He'd like to be involved in that Gibraltar game.
Lads, wait a minute. This is Wednesday. I'll decide what's happened during the course of the time. I'll tell the players about the team, whatever sort of side we are. We're going to try and win the game.
Do you think he has the legs to play 2 games in 4 days?
We are going to try and win the game.
Has your thinking for midfield evolved any since we spoke to you last? Gibson, Hendrick, a lot of names competing.
Hendrick back. He hasn't played much football in the last 5 or 6 weeks, obviously because of the injury. He made a very, very good impression during the summertime with us. I think he's playing well, and I think he's got a bit of confidence about himself now. I also think that trip to America and the time spent with the Republic of Ireland senior players has helped him enormously in terms of confidence. He was up and running. He'd been doing very well. He got the injury. It's definitely a setback to him at the moment, but in terms of fitness, that might be a slight problem now because he hasn't played that much, but he's improving all the time.
So more likely to be Gibson coming in for James?
Lads, I will honestly, I don't know how many times you said, I'm not going to give you a team on Wednesday morning. You can go on forever and a day. Let's go back again, okay? 2 games in 4 days. No idea at this minute, all right?
Martin, when you're preparing a team to face the world champions in Germany, you might spend a lot of time focusing on them. When it's Gibraltar, are you spending most of this week focusing on what Ireland can do and what you'll bring to the game, particularly given how little evidence there is historically of watching them play?
Well, the players we watched the match against Poland yesterday, or certainly chunks of the game. I think that's very, very important for the players to know exactly who they're going to be playing against, and my focus will be totally on the Gibraltar game, totally in that match, and that's exactly what the message I will be saying to the players. You don't be taking your eye off the ball. This is the important game Saturday for us.
Darryl Murphy and James McLean were speaking to the media after training today. McLean, a player that O'Neill is a big fan of. He's just back from injury. He had him at Sunderland when he had that good spell, of course. And Murphy is a guy who's really banging form. He scored 5 goals in his last 6 games for Ipswich. So if it's goals that Ireland want against Gibraltar on Saturday, maybe he has a chance.
I always knew I could do it, but I didn't think it might happen for me for whatever reason. But thankfully, I'm playing at Ipswich now and playing every week and starting to score a few goals, and the team is doing quite well, so it's given me a chance to get back in.
Of course, look, when a manager puts faith in you, puts trust in you, it almost gives you that new lease of life going to the pitch, do you know what I mean? He doesn't complicate it, he just tells you to go and enjoy yourself, and obviously I had a great relationship at Sunderland and entirely grateful he gave me the opportunity. So when a manager puts his full trust on you going to the pitch as a player, as a winger especially, you're not afraid to try things, and like I said, it gives you that new lease of life.
So most of the talk today was about the actual games coming up. Tomorrow though, it's going to go back to talking about Roy Keane because he will officially launch his book at the Aviva Stadium, and he will be asked all the questions that have been built up over the last couple of days about all the things that have been coming out in dribs and drabs in the media that are in the book. So it should be entertaining anyway. As for the players, well, they know it's going to dominate the agenda right up until kick-off on Saturday at 5 o'clock.